Ashton Kutcher was once a major star, known for his role in that 70s show and romantic comedies like Just Married and No Strings Attached. He also replaced Charlie Sheen in the sitcom 2.5 Men in 2011. However, after the show ended in 2015, his acting career slowed down significantly. In 2023, he revealed that he had been gradually stepping away from Hollywood for a few years, quietly considering if he was done with acting, but deciding not to make a big announcement about it. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Ashton Kutcher. He hoped to attend MIT or Purdue to study engineering. Ashton Kutcher lost his scholarships and was expelled from the National Honor Society after a prank in which he broke into his high school. He then attended the University of Iowa to study biochemical engineering but dropped out at 19 to pursue modeling. In his 2013 Teen Choice Awards speech, he said, "The sexiest thing in the entire world is being really smart." Filming Jobs as Steve Jobs put him in the hospital twice. When Ashton Kutcher played Steve Jobs, he tried to follow Jobs' strict fruit-only diet, known as being a fruitarian. This made Kutcher very sick, and he ended up in the hospital twice with pancreatitis. His wife, Mila Kunis, said he was so dumb. He only ate grapes at one point. We ended up in the hospital twice, with pancreatitis. It was really dumb. He got into investing. Although Ashton Kutcher doesn't act much these days, he's very active as an investor. He started investing after noticing that online content delivery was improving. Over time, he made successful investments in companies like Square, Airbnb, Uber, and Skype, which earned him significant returns. He even started a fund with his partner, Guy Oseary, investing $30 million and raising $130 million by 2016. Kutcher's success in investing has been so great that he no longer feels the need to act. As he put it to Esquire, "That's not part of my equation anymore." His web series was fined $1 million. In 2021, Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis created an animated web series called Stoner Cats, featuring voices from stars like Dax Shepard and Jane Fonda. They decided to make the show unique by turning it into an NFT during the COVID-19 quarantine. However, in 2023, the series was fined by the Securities and Exchange Commission for misleading investors. The SEC found that the series was funded by unregistered crypto sales, raising about $8 million. Kutcher and Kunis were fined, and the money was used to repay the buyers of the NFTs. He has a complex relationship with his twin brother. Ashton Kutcher has a twin brother named Michael, but they haven't always had a close relationship. Michael has cerebral palsy and faced many health challenges as a child. Ashton used to feel guilty about being healthy, while Michael felt jealous of Ashton's fame. However, in 2022, they started to repair their relationship. Michael said, "Once I took all of the fame and everything out of it, I was able to just, come back to him." He was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. In 2019, Ashton Kutcher experienced a serious health scare when he woke up one day to find that he could barely see or hear and couldn't walk due to a condition called vasculitis, a rare autoimmune disorder that causes inflammation in the blood vessels. This experience made him realize how much he had taken his health for granted and motivated him to work hard on his recovery. The process was slow, difficult, and frustrating, but he kept pushing himself until he improved. He hadn't intended to share his diagnosis publicly, but it was revealed during an episode of Running Wild with Bear Grylls. He told Esquire, "At the end of the day, I have to look at it and be like, all right, well, maybe it needed to come out." He was a witness in a murder trial. In 2019, Ashton Kutcher was called to testify at the trial of Michael Thomas Gargiulo, known as the Hollywood Ripper, who was accused of murdering 2 women, including Ashley Ellerin, in 2001. Kutcher had planned a date with Ellerin on the night she was killed. When he arrived at her home, he found the door locked but the lights on. He said, "I didn't really think anything of it," adding that he figured he had screwed up. He apparently even peeked through the door and saw blood stains, which he mistook for a wine spill. The next morning, Ellerin's body was found, and Kutcher was very shaken by the news. Gargiulo was later found guilty and sentenced to death. He ran a marathon. In 2022, Ashton Kutcher ran his first marathon to raise money for his foundation, Thorn. He trained very hard and found it tough on his body. To make training more interesting, he interviewed celebrities like Natalie Portman and Kim Kardashian during his virtual Peloton sessions. During the marathon, he struggled with a sharp pain in his side around mile 10. He prayed to God, asking either for more pain or for relief, and after passing some gas, the pain disappeared. After completing the marathon, he started encouraging his children to run, and they began training to run a 5K together. He had an awful reputation after his relationship with Demi Moore. Ashton Kutcher's first marriage to Demi Moore ended in 2013 after nearly a decade, following reports that he had cheated on her. In her memoir, Inside Out, Moore claimed that he had encouraged her to have threesomes, which later led to his affair. The separation and rumors severely damaged Kutcher's reputation, with people in the industry gossiping about him. The negative publicity also reminded him of a difficult time in his past when he was arrested as a teenager for breaking into his old high school. He eventually moved on from this low point, saying it took a lot of work and accepting responsibility for his mistakes. He and Mila Kunis plan to give much of their fortune away when they die. In 2012, he started dating his former That 70s Show co-star Mila Kunis. They got engaged in 2014, had their first child that year, and married in 2015. Their second child was born in 2016. Kutcher and Kunis, who have a combined fortune of about $265 million, plan to donate all their money to charity after they die instead of leaving it to their children. He mentioned on Dax Shepard's podcast that they won't set up a trust for their kids and will give the money to various charities instead.